The sword. We must find the sword, Beatrice.
Who's Beatrice?
You are.
Okay, Aphrodite, go get the hoop. No, Aphrodite, no, not the ball.
All right, Aphrodite, three-pointer! Woohoo!
Maya, we're working now.
Oh, sorry. She thought you meant play him.
Okay, let's try again. Flipper. Go ahead, maybe he'll show Aphrodite how it's done.
There you are. Want to give me brief witness statements so I can finish up the paperwork on Don Juan de Wacko?
How's he doing? Is he gonna be okay?
Well, physically, he's fine. But after an excruciating couple of hours with him in the hospital, I would say that he's in need of some long-term help. Like another kind of hospital.
Oh, I didn't know emergency medical training included psychiatric evaluation.
Hey, this clown is totally convinced that an ancestor of his landed on Conquistador Reef in 1485.
Unlikely, but not impossible.
That's why he sailed all the way from Lisbon in that floating museum, looking for proof that it was this Cabral guy who actually discovered America.
What'd you say his name was?
Don Carlos de Cabral, 16th Marquess of that illustrious name.
So nice to see you on your feet again. I'm Jennifer Dalton.
Enchanted.
And this is Maya.
Ah, Maya. You remind me of someone. Someone very close to my heart.
And of course you remember Tom Hampton.
Yes, we are well acquainted. Ah. Many thanks, noble beast. On behalf of me and my illustrious ancestor.
Here, I thought I had something to do with it. Excuse me. So how did your illustrious ancestor happen to be floating around the Florida Keys in a rowboat?
His cowardly crew mutinied. They set him adrift on the very spot I set myself adrift.
You reconstructed the entire journey?
Down to the last detail. The ocean brought me to Conquistador Reef, just as it did the original Carlos more than 500 years ago.
That is so cool.
Dumb stunt is more like it.
Stunt? This is no stunt. Stunts are for circus performers.
I rest my case.
Oh, what I don't understand is how this reenactment could prove your family's claim.
Oh, I'm not finished. There is a sword.
You mentioned that on the beach.
Yes, the sword of Cabral. It was a gift from Queen Victoria of Portugal to Don Carlos just before the voyage. He left it here somewhere.
But the chances of you finding it after 5 centuries...
are excellent. Don Carlos's diary contains explicit directions. I will begin my search as soon as I return to my vessel.
If you're talking about the catch with the Captain Bligh cabin, I had it towed in for you, without Flipper's help.
In return for your generosity, I insist that you are, even you, join me for the midday repast.
Midday?
Lunch.
Sorry, duty calls. Besides, my plume pad is being reblocked.
Can we go?
Why not?
Splendid.
The question, assuming you have this ancestor who's so famous, why have we never heard of him?
Because history is written by the victors, not the vanquished.
Nor the frivolous.
Vicente, what are you doing here?
My dear brother, your latest exploit made a small but tasty morsel on CNN International. I caught the next flight from Lisbon. We need to talk, Cardenio.
We'll leave you two alone.
Forgive my rudeness, but it is a very important matter.
No, don't worry about it. I can see you've got your problems.
You will still be my guest for lunch around 1? The story of Cabral's discovery would have been lost forever if it had not been for Father Leonardo Vasquez, a Spanish missionary. In 1534, on these keys, he met a very old man.
Don Carlos de Cabral.
Precisely. On his deathbed, Don Carlos asked Father Leonardo to deliver his diary to Queen Victoria.
So whatever happened to the diary?
No one knows. Queen Victoria never received it. And I rediscovered it myself in a monastery only 6 months ago.
That's amazing. But what I don't understand is why didn't Don Carlos ever try and go back and find the sword?
Shortly after he had hidden the sword, he was found by the local Indians. He spent the rest of his life with them, but he always kept the sword a secret. It was for his family and his country and no one else. Sending his diary home was his way of passing the sword along. Now, at last, perhaps his dream will come true. At least I pray so. Oh, forgive me. I feared you would be late getting home.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Carlos, who's Beatrice?
Beatrice was Don Carlos's only daughter. You bear a remarkable resemblance to the only known portrait of her.
I do?
You have her eyes, her hair, the perfect symmetry of her aristocratic features.
How is that possible?
I know that Don Carlos sired many children in the years he lived on these islands. Clearly, his lineage passed from generation to generation here, just as in Portugal.
So you think we're related?
I already know we are kindred spirits. Perhaps it is because the same blood runs in our veins. If you'll permit me. In the hospital, I sketched from memory the portrait of Beatrice. Despite my limited artistic ability, you can see why you must be a Cabral.
Carlos, how will we find the sword?
When the finger of God lights the portal of hell, and the fire of ice lights the sea, entombed in a rock like a seed in the womb, it is there the Cabral sword shall be.
Entombed in a rock. Conquistador Reef has lots of underwater caves.
Yes, that could be what he meant.
But how will we find the right one?
If only we knew where his skiff, Amjad the Deuce, went down.
What?
Amjad the Deuce. It's Portuguese for the hand of God. There. It is only a dream.
No, Carlos. The sword is real, and it's right where the poem said it was.
How do you know?
Where the fire of ice lights the sea. I saw it when I was stuck in the coral, and Flipper swam past what looked like a sinkhole that sparkled like liquid ice. The sword must be near there, stuck in coral.
Are you certain?
Well, if you don't believe me, I'll go back and find the sword myself.
Perhaps you won't have to.
Watch the current around the sinkhole. If we hit an undertow, don't panic, and don't wander off.
You needn't worry about Carlos. He won't be diving today.
Of course I'm diving. Why would I stay behind?
Because, dear brother, the sword of Cabral belongs to me.
You can't be serious.
Did you think I put up with all of this because I enjoy being your nursemaid, your defender, your lackey?
But you told me to give up the quest. You ordered me to go home.
I knew that each obstacle would only serve to fuel your resolve.
I won't show you where the sinkhole is.
You forget, Maya. Now I know where the wreckage lies. I will find the sword without your help.
Wait!
By the time someone picks that lock, I will be long gone. Adieu, fair cousin.
You said the sword was covered in jewels. It must be worth a fortune.
Oh, what a fool I've been. A blind, stupid fool!
You are not a fool! You're noble and brave, and you have a trusting heart.
Maya, we must stop Vicente before he finds the sword.
First, we have to get out of here.
sketching our escape. Would that it were so.
Flipper! Flipper! Flipper, go find the key! Key! Way to go, Flipper! Now toss them! Cool! We're in time. He's still down there.
Come on.